Okay, we've got to get all this up. And I'll be using this chisel on this roto hammer. Alright, got to clean this up a bit still. Get all this thin set off. Okay. Alright, I got a level here to see where I'm at. And that way you know what's going on with your floor. Okay. Home improvement tips. Okay, first things first. Gotta take this out. I gotta have this is a new rubber seal for toilets. They work great. Somebody put this down over the top of the wax seal, which you do not have to do. So we're gonna take this out. Now I got to clean off the wax seal, okay, and get this wax seal off of here. All right, and then we'll start fitting the tile and get the tile cut for this. All right, let's get this out. These just should slide right out. Okay, just like that. They're kind of notched. Okay. Now I continue to get this beeswax seal up. This is amazing stuff how it works. Okay, now I can finish this up. All right, now we have 11 5/8 come across the toilet bowl flange to 18. Okay, so we have 17. We're gonna call it 3/4 is too close. So 17 7/8. All right, which means that's why you double. That's why you measure twice, mark once. At 17 3/8, not 18. All right. So this is a 17 7/8. All right, then I've got to transfer that to this piece of tile. Okay, getting my spacing with the wall. Now remember, your trim will hide it, your baseboard. Now I put it in the corner and just fell. All right, so this goes there nicely. Now I'm going to put a piece of trim there and show you. It covers. This is it's about a 1/2 inch thick. All right, and it covers. All right. Same over here. It covers. Now I have a gap. And remember, you got this underneath as well for expansion. Okay, so we have that centered in there. That's the wall tapering, not the tile. Tile straight. All right, now this is another way to do this. All right, I'm going to get the marks here on the side. Okay, right here. Okay, then we come over to the other side and we mark it. Okay. And be nice and close. Actually, I can come over. Yeah, to this one right there. All right, the outside mark is the one we want. All right, now we can come 8 inches. All right. So we go from the wall, we go to the center of this. Okay, I hook on. All right, and then I go to 8 inches, which is the back side. It's where it starts. All right, now there's my 8 inches. I'm going to mark at my 8-inch mark. All right, and we know that's where it starts. All right, there's an easier way to mark this. See this pencil line right here. All right, and there's another one right over here. Line your tape up with it. Okay, and then scribe across, keeping the tape pulled tight. All right, let's scribe across. Now we know where the back of that is. All right, where the hole starts for the toilet flange. Now, I create the circle, all right, for the toilet flush hand, so it goes around the flange, okay? All right, now I'm using this for a template. If I had a new one, I would use it. Okay, but I'm going to come here. I got to bring this down to that line so that it touches. I got to swing out. Okay, I'm swinging out. I'm putting my pencil at an angle so it's a little bigger. It's touching this line. All right. Okay. And if I can zoom in so you can see that better. Okay, and then over here it's lighter. I have to do a little better over there. All right. All right, now let's cut this out and see how it fits. All right, going to cut this, show you how it's done. I had to take the guard off of the blade. And remember, before you lay your tile, you want to mop it or go over it with a damp sponge and clean all the dust off the floor. I can get a better angle. All right, now let's see how she fits. Good, bad, or ugly. Let's see how she's gonna do. Now, what do you see wrong with this? What do you see wrong with it? Now, if I was gonna run tile across the back, that would basically be all right. Now, the other thing that's wrong with it, I need to make it wider. All right, the other thing is, this needs to be on the outside of the flange. Okay, needs to be about like that. Okay, or you could get a little closer all the way around. Okay, so now I know I need to make it a little bigger, a little bit wider. That was too tight. So I can now use this, make the adjustments, and use this for the pattern for the next one. Okay? So I need to make it wider, and I need to bring it out a little more over here because I've got the clearance there. Okay, so I need to make this all a little bit wider. So this went wrong, and it was 8 inches from the wall to the back of the toilet. Okay, so if I put this against the wall, about like it should be, all right, my hole, this radius should be, see, so it should have come across, I should have measured from here, from the bolt hole where the bolt goes in, where my finger is. This is where the hole goes. I should measure back from here to the back of the toilet flange, and then gave myself another 1/4 inch. All right. So this is a typical mistake. All right. So this is what you don't do. All right. Now the fix is I measure from the bolt hole here, the center of it, and then back to the flange. Okay, and I roughly have like 3 inches or so. Then you want to add about 1/4 of an inch, 3/16 of an inch space all the way around the outside. All right, so this has a small gap around the edge of this toilet bowl drain flange. All right. So I may need to measure from the wall to this flange. Okay, we know that's 8 inches. All right, so from the wall to the flange is 8 inches. All right, then you go back 1/4. We have 7 3/4. Actually, not even 8, 7 3/4. Okay, but if I measure across to the back of the flange, all right, and I come here, you eyeball across, okay, or you take a straight edge, and this will work for a straight edge, okay, so it looks like I have 3 3/8, okay, and then I add 1/4 of an inch, all right, to that, and that's, so I'll have a space back here, that'll be perfect. So 3 3/8 plus 1/4 of an inch, okay, so that's how you correct it. Now, like I said, I'm going to use this for my pattern. I'm going to make it a little wider here, okay? I need to come back here about 3/8, a quarter of an inch back from that edge, and I'll be good. All right, now I'm going to mark this edge right here where it sits, and then I'll be able to measure back and see where I'm at, okay? So I'm going to mark right here. Now I'll know how far back, and then I'm going to do the same here. Okay, I'm going to mark on the outside edge here of this side. Okay, I'm going to mark here, and then the tile, and then here. All right, on the edge of this tile, and we'll know how much we're over. All right, so now what I'm going to do is measure from that over from the edge to that line, and I have about 3/4 of an inch on this. Okay, now we're going to use this pattern, this mistake that we're now using for pattern. You can see the space all the way around. It does not have to be that close, but I like it nice and tight like that. All right, now let me show you what we're going to do. All right here in the center of the gap for the nut. All right, so we're going to mark here. All right, and then on the inside, mark this real good. Do the same over here. All right, I already marked that. Okay, now that's our pattern for the piece that's going to go there, and it'll be right. Watch this. You've got it set where I want it in the back wall. I've got it right here, right at the middle, on each side. Okay, now I'm going to set this on top and get this adjusted. All right, why did I make these lines going across? Because these lines line up with this edge, okay? All right, we got the pencil line. You follow the pencil line down, right there is for the bolt hole. Follow this line down, is that where it needs to be. About right there is perfect, and the bolt hole right there. Now, we're going to trace this out with the pencil, but I need to be holding it so I can make it darker. Now I know where I need to cut. This is how you turn a mistake around to work for you. So when life makes you lemonade, and it gives you sour lemons, make lemonade. We just simplified the process here. No math needed. All the math's already been done. All right. Now let's take it, let's get this cut and see how it turns out. All right, this is gonna work perfectly. All right, now, doesn't have to be perfect. All right, I can adjust this. Okay. All right, you can see right here, this actually can go back a little bit. Okay, because I want in the center. There we go. There we go. Remember the side, the wall's bowing out. Okay. So that just needs to be nice and square here, so that the other one goes across, matches up. And that's going to work. Okay, the toilet bowl drain flange cut. Next will be tiling. So stay tuned. stay tuned for that. We work hard on this do, you know. So anyways, always wear safety glasses. Stay tuned for laying the tile. I look forward to hear from you. So take care, God bless, and never give up, because there's always a way. Always. We just have to figure out what that way is. As you see here on this channel, that's what we do. All right, bye for now. This is Home Improvement Tips How. At Home Improvement Tips How. God bless. Catch you on the next one. Okay, now we're going to use this pattern, this mistake that we're now using for pattern. You can see the space all the way around. It does not have to be that close, but I like it nice and tight like that. All right, now let me show you what we're going to do. All right, right here in the center of the gap for the nut. All right, so we're going to mark here. All right. And then on the inside, mark this real good. Do the same over here. All right, I already marked that. Okay. Now, that's our pattern for the piece that's going to go there, and it'll be right. Watch this. You've got it set where we want it in the back wall. I've got it right here, right at the middle, on each side. Okay, now I'm going to set this on top and get this adjusted. Alright, why did I make these lines going across? Because these lines line up with this edge, okay? Alright, we got the pencil line. You follow the pencil line down, right there is for the bolt hole. Follow this line down, is that where it needs to be. About right there is perfect, and the bolt hole right there. Now, we're going to trace this out with the pencil, but I need to be holding it so I can make it darker. Now I know where I need to cut. This is how you turn a mistake around to work for you. So when life makes you lemonade, and it gives you sour lemons, make lemonade. We just simplified the process here. No math needed. All the math's already been done. All right. Now let's take it, let's get this cut and see how it turns out.